I'm going to kick off actually with a, if that shows up, oh, it is actually showing up, with a little bit of a bearish kind of statement, and that is that the alternative asset market is not in the best possible state. And if you look at the numbers actually in Europe, you're looking at the deal volume is actually down 46% on the company side, and VCs raised also something like 40% less. We also see kind of the fund sizes actually being cut back on top of that, and this will have a profound impact actually for the years to come. So is there something wrong with the asset class, you may ask? And if we look at this picture, you would say no. You have the top 10 companies in the S&P, for instance, are all technology companies, except for one, I believe, and that's Berkshire Hathaway. And as you know, that's an investment company, and 40% of their portfolio consists of Apple stock. So once again, it has got that main kind of thesis, which is technology is still driving global wealth. So the base case is there. So why is it that we're now going through a stage of a little bit of a dire stage of fundraising, both for the fund side and as well as for the company side? And so I'm going to dive a little bit more into that. But before that, we also know that the market is in an inflationary state. That's because you had massive stimulus actually coming through from both the US as well as the European side. So you had 2 trillion, around 2 trillion, so being pumped into the US market. And that has created asset price inflation. Once again, another kind of thing where you would expect private markets prices to go up. But yet again, it didn't. So the question is, why is that the case? And to understand that, you need to think a little bit about what happens with $1 invested in private markets versus $1 being invested in public markets. Now, if you think about the dollar invested in private, and sorry about speaking in dollars, I just came back from the States, so kind of adapt certain things. But if you think about a dollar being invested in the public markets, the turnover speed of that dollar is 100 times, it says 1,000, so over a 10-year time frame, you're looking at that dollar going around by buying and selling 1,000 times. And if you look at the dollar being invested in the innovation, which we all are supporting, that dollar, as you know, is stuck sometimes for 10 years in a row. And that's the kind of thing that we love to put our brains actually down every single day to solve this problem. So you're looking at innovation money that should be cycling around for people buying and selling assets. That's what we do. That's what we focus on. So we have been focusing on solving this problem for the market for the last 8 years. So how big is this market? It's pretty big. You're looking at 10 trillion in private assets. That doesn't turn over. The turnover speed 0.013 times. So if you make that turnover to the same speed as we have in the public markets, that's 100 times. You're looking at 1,000 trillion in addressable markets. Apparently it's a quadrillion. I hope I got that right. I quickly thought it was quadrillion. So that's a massive market that we want to unlock. And so therefore, we also serve the market. And a lot of people ask me always, who's your client? Because people are used to actually seeing solutions for one particular client. But if you want to solve this problem, you want to solve it for the market, you need to serve the market. And you need to build product for the whole market and not choose sides, because all these parties are actually connecting together. So our clients are banks, funds, brokers, investors, companies, and innovation centers all alike. And we want to make sure that actually all that connectivity works and grease the engine. So where is the friction? So where is that true problem? 2 main problems that you have in this asset class, and you all can actually understand that when you are investing in this space. Or I'm going to try to do with that, even better. Investing in this space is just not the same. Yeah, you can't pick up your phone and you can't place and make an investment into a startup or into a fund. You can now, so we worked pretty hard actually on that to make that happen. But the main problem that you want to solve is that people can do it and do due diligence on their phone.
Now there starts a problem already, because data resides in financial models, because data is sensitive, it is private data, and people don't know whether to disclose it and put it on an open market that everybody can understand their strategies and can actually learn straight from the bat. So you need to control the access of data, and you need to process the right information and put it in the hands actually for people to invest from that. So we've done a lot of work actually on that side. But the second thing is the structure. The structure for investing in this space is completely different than from anything else. Once again, money is locked up for a prolonged period of times. So we work on solutions on that side. So let's start off with the funders. So what do we do actually for the funders? So what do we do for the funders? And the funders are VC firms, once again, also the banks and brokers and innovation centers. And essentially we do everything around processing all that information for them frictionless. So they have company reporting, they have P&L reporting, P&L data, company data, all deal flow, frictionless actually processed by us. Everything is accountant checked, full benchmark information, workflow solutions, and you can raise a complete fund actually on that platform. So we have achieved, after 8 years of work, we've achieved to actually do everything around the fund completely in a box. So it's a pure fintech play where we have a hell of a lot of technology built, so we spend a lot of time actually building tech. But as well, there sits on top of that complete financial service providing. So we're a custodian, we do regulatory hosting for funds, we can set up a fund, and we have deconstructed the concept of a fund. Now, I don't have enough time actually to go into the concept of deconstruction, but essentially what we have done is we have decoupled the governance layer of managing a fund, which means the carried interest, the fee structure, how basically the GP is aligned, and we capture that on a certificate which is tradable. That was a lot of work actually with a lot of lawyers actually getting that done, and that is fully integrated within a technology layer. And so the benefit of that is that we can actually set up and run funds secondary ready, which basically means forward-looking, we have solved the problem around that dollar that doesn't get recycled or where you can't go in and out of that. So that is completely solved actually for the fund side. We're very excited about it. A lot of people actually speak about the concept of being able to run a fund fully actually on technology, including the custody layer, including the regulatory side. And we have now actually completed that job, so we're very proud of that. So what do we do for the founders? So for the founders, I think everybody can actually attest to that raising capital is a pretty degrading experience. It's a pretty horrible thing to do. I don't think there are many founders in the world that actually enjoy it. Because you're going to get a lot of no's. It's pretty much constantly people actually saying no to you, which you need to keep going, you need to power actually through that. But there is a method to the madness. And you just need to make sure that you have all the right tick boxes done, and we help them with it. So we have a transaction team. Again, we make sure that you have the best docs in town so you don't get legged over later down the line. And you can run the complete transaction fully on our order book technology with 3 investors or with 300 investors. It doesn't matter. You can work together with the broker can work with their clients, and everything is fully end-to-end. So where I conclude the discussion, what we have done is quite exciting. We've basically taken this private market space and coated it actually in all the bits that are necessary to grease the engine, whether you're a fund, whether you're a broker, whether you're an innovation center, a bank, or just a company raising capital. Every part of the process has been digitized, and we have a complete financial service providing around it to make sure that's also fully regulated. Fully regulated in the UK by the FCA, in Jersey by the Jersey regulator, and hopefully this month, fingers crossed, also by FINRA, which is the US regulator, so that we can start doing cross-the-pond transactions in companies and funds, and we can do that completely flexibly. People can start, can open, can close, can open again, close, and take money. So that's it from my side. I don't know if not bad actually, 35 seconds. So I had the time to actually beforehand. So that's it from my side. I thank you very much. We have a stand out in front. So please come and find me or anybody with the Flow logo to have a talk, whether you're a company or anyone who operates in this market. So hopefully this is probably all of you in the room. So I look forward to actually speaking to you later. Thank you.